Hello, so I'm gonna walk through the phishing inject real quick, and I kind of expect it to be very similar to this, if not exactly the same step can be replicated. So first of all, we have to be in the var www HTML directory because we're gonna spin up Apache 2, and that's how we're going to have the website running. And so here we create two files, one PHP and one HTML file. And so let's start with or actually before creating the files, let's make sure that Apache is up and running. So it is. If it's not, just systemctl start Apache 2 and then enable Apache 2. And then let's create the creds folder, txt or a txt file. That's where our creds are gonna go. And so I'm gonna do sudo touch. Since I'm already here in this folder, I want to create the creds file here. So creds.txt, and then chmod 666 creds sudo chmod. And then change ownership. So I'm going to change the ownership to www data. And this is because um, we want the creds to be stored automatically in this file. If we don't do this, then there could be some errors. And so now let's create the files. And I already shared this on the GitHub repo, except it's hex encoded, so you're gonna have to decode it to get the code. And so let's do sudo vim and then fleet login PHP. Oh, it's actually here. So let's just cat it. So this is the PHP code. Basically, it's gonna store the username into the username parameter and then the password and the password. So the username currently is it has to be an email format. Um, And so it also stores a timestamp and then the IP as well. It all is going to go into the creds folder. And then once that's done, it's going to store it in data all together as a long string. And then from there, it's going to use this function file, put contents into the creds file to get that data from the user. So pretty straightforward PHP code for harvesting the credentials. And then if we take a look at the index.html, first of all, let me remove this. Oh, actually, there's nothing to remove. So I keep all of this for now, but let's cat index HTML. And then this is just some basic HTML as well that has some CSS styles embedded. I use ChatGPT to help me with like styling and stuff. But I made it similar to the theme that we're gonna see in the competition. And so since Apache is running, I should be able to access this um website locally. So let's check. Yep. And now I want to be able to access it externally. And so the way to do that is ngrok HTTP 80. And what this does is basically it's a tool that exposes your web server to the public. And so it's going to link my localhost port 80 to this public URL that can be accessed from everywhere. And so if I copy this and if I obviously if I try to access it from my Kali machine, I'll be able to do that. It's just gonna like prompt me visit site or not. it tells you that it's served through Ngrok, and I don't think there is a way around this. But this is fine, and so you go ahead and continue. And also, if you paste the link anywhere, even on your like local Windows machine or anything, you're gonna be able to access the website. Now, one important note is that this tab should not be stopped, and so make sure that you don't hit Control C or like you close it accidentally. This is very important because if you close this, then the credentials are not gonna be harvested, or this is not gonna be accessible anymore. So so keep this aside. To be safe, I would say minimize it for now. And then take another terminal and then go to the var www.html. Now we're gonna wait for them to, currently the creds should be empty. Yep. We're gonna wait for them to enter their credentials. And then let's see. There we go. Now the credentials are picked up. And if they visited this website from anywhere, credentials are still going to be picked up. So this is the email, this is the password. So yeah, I hope this explains it and makes sense.